It's Friday night. I hope you feel like gossiping, 'cause I do. Meet the Duprees. They're the ones that run things behind the gates of their private community. The core four of the family are Father Vernon, his wife Anita, and their two daughters Nicole and Danny. Let's start with Nicole, or Dr. Nicole to you, whose life seems to be so perfect. She and her husband Ted, who's also a doctor, has 3 children, Martin and Catherine, and also Ted's nephew Andre, whom they've raised. Oh, but then there's Danny, who married Bill, and they had 2 daughters, Naomi and Chelsea. And after 30 years, their daughter Naomi moved her best friend Haley into the house, and she stole her man. And now they're getting married, and Danny's not happy about none of that. But how could she be? Listen, Dupree family, you've got our attention, and we're back again today to get the tea, and I'm here to pour it, because we all want to know what happened today beyond the gates. What y'all doing, gatekeepers? I know y'all been waiting to gossip all day. I know you have. I have too, child. Listen, how y'all doing tonight? Well, you should be good because it's Friday. And not just because it's Friday night, neither, too. I know y'all happy that it's Friday night. On top of it being Friday, ain't nothing better than a Friday night, child. Okay? And now that it's Friday night, let me hold $20. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Well, listen, let me tell you what. Instead of that, then why not hit the like button for me? Because it's free 99, even on a Friday. And while you're at it, if you haven't done so yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and become a subscriber, because you know you love me. And you may as well go and make it official. Okay? Yeah. Come on. Come on over here. You know you want to be over here for good. Okay. We're a family over here, and a family that gossips together stays together. Because we likes to talk about these doggone Duprees and never each other, honey. Because it's all love over here. What y'all sipping on? Huh? What we snacking on? It's Friday, so I know it's something good. Hey, mods. Say hello to the mods, y'all. And show them some love for all that they do over here, because we do appreciate our mods. Okay? Y'all saying hey to them? Huh? All right now.
Thank you, Mod Squad.
The Mod Squad is what we've named them over here. And we are so very grateful for you guys coming over here and hanging out and taking care of things down in the comments, so that we know that things are going right. Because, baby, if y'all get out of line down in them comments, woo, Linda and KB and Destiny and B-Lo DD, baby, they will straighten y'all out with the quickness, honey, okay? They will get you together. So don't be mad at me now, because I ain't controlling none of that. Now, you see your comment disappears because they done told y'all you got to be creative with certain words. We don't use G-U-N over here. We say pow pow or heater or something like that. You can't use the word erder. Like if somebody, passed away. It's a lot of things you can't say on these internet streets no more. They will snatch you down. Have you liked the video yet? Huh? Because I need you to go and hit that like button. Go on and activate it now, because I don't want to have to get to tussling and fighting with y'all down here tonight. But I'm ready. If anybody wants it, you can get it, honey. You can get it. Well, let me see who down here in the comments. And while I do that, I'm going to need for y'all to go ahead on and, did you like the video yet? Have you subscribed? Okay, well, you think about it then while we go down here and see who's all here, because we got to do roll call over here. We don't ignore our people over here, honey. We want to say our hellos and how you do's. All right, hold on. Let me roll up here and see who's in here tonight. Ooh, okay. Kayla Stewart had checked in earlier. She said Eva and Tomas deserve each other. And I hope karma spins back. My girl Kat gonna be just fine. She will be just fine, with or without him, like we would with anybody, child. You want to go gold, exit to the left, okay? Hello, gatekeepers. The tea was hotter than fish, so I am. And so am I. It's 100 degrees today. Why you gotta be bragging on your weather? when you know it's probably cool where the rest of us at, girl. Looking forward to your comments on today's show. I am too. I checked in my other account and said, please like the video on your way in. Thank you. Real Talk says, good night, everyone, and good morning, wherever you are. She also says, I'm coming up to talk tonight. I have my talking points and my notes ready. Girl, we ready for you, so you get ready. Tony says, good evening, gatekeepers. Miss Jen, hope you all having a wonderful Friday and wishing you all a fabulous weekend to come. Thank you so very much, Tony. Didi said, Below Didi says, good evening, gatekeepers. Be sure to hit the like button on your way in. Okay. KB Mommy's in the house says, happy Friday, Miss Jen, Miss B, Linda Barnes, Real Talk, Tony Lynn, Below, and Didi. Didi says to Real Talk, I thought about you when Danny busted in, when Danny busted in on Bill and Haley. KB says, happy Friday, gatekeepers. Those buried in the bushes, watching from the weeds and hiding in the hedges, I know y'all hit that like button. Girl, why you always messing with these folks that's in the bushes? They in the bushes, but they over here because they know they love us. We know y'all. We see y'all. We see y'all in them bushes. Y'all may as well come on out and say hey. You know we love you anyway. Y'all can stay in the bushes. We don't mind. Do we have any new gatekeepers in the bushes? Don't be scared. Drop down and say hello. We had some that commented on the in the regular comments. I'll see if any of them showed up here tonight. Kiran is in the house tonight. Says hello, hey, hello, hello. Didi says, share. Let the folks know that the tea is hot with us. And then she dropped that link down there for y'all. Tell these folks to get over here. We don't even care if you don't like them. We ain't gonna like them low key either, but we'll just keep that between us. If they don't like you, we don't like them either. That's how we roll over here. But they can still come over here and listen. Okay. Linda's saying hello to some people. E Daddy's in the house. Says good evening, gatekeepers. Good evening to you too, E Daddy. Linda says, so glad you all could join us for another exciting show. Hey, Bush Watchers. Kiran says hello to Linda. E Daddy says, what a week. In my eyes, the Duprees honeymoon phase is over and is. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ding. Linda says, this Stella Rosa, Stella Peach is a great compliment to the tea. Girl, that's going to make the tea better. Linda says, the Mod Squads love you, and I love you guys too. Greetings, Cousin Linda, and everyone wishing you all a terrific evening and weekend, Tony says. Lil Harden is in the house, says, greeting gatekeepers, and hello to you too, Lil. Linda speaking back to you. She says, come on, people, get those likes up. You know we have to do this first, y'all. We're going to do our hellos because we all a family over here. We're a community over here, okay? KB says hello to those of you see your name up there on the screen. KB says, thank you all for joining us tonight. Feel free to hit the like button. It's the same as speaking when you enter someone's house. Jabez Leslie says, happy Friday, Miss Jen. Kate Jabez. That's why I'm going to say your name, Jabez. Okay, says, happy Friday, Miss Jen and Gatekeepers. Peace and love. Hello to you too, sir. KB says, shout out to you, Kiran Rowland. You're appreciated. Miss J is in the house, says hello in the bushes at work again. That's all right. We take you at work. It's all right. It's all good. Thank God it is Friday. I know you mean. I am ready for the Duprees to be exposed. Oh, thank God it is. I'm ready for the Duprees to be exposed for the frauds and the hypocrites they are. Ooh, you be feeling that in your spirit, don't you? KB says hello to Miss J. And Didi says, thank you for listening, Miss J. KB says, no tea until we get those likes up now. Oh, let me tell y'all something. I found something today, baby. I found something today. I hear it up and grabbed it. I just sopped it all up for y'all so y'all can get it. I wanted y'all to see it because I think the new Ted done sent y'all a message, baby. Message received. And I'm going to bring it to y'all later on because I know they're going to charge me. Now. So I got to put it in a place where, because what I'm going to try to do is to try to put it in a space where when they silence it, because that's what I have to choose later, and so that they don't demonetize this video, I have to put it in a place where when they silence it, it don't really matter. So I think I may play it right before I get into the show. I think that's where I'm gonna put it. Okay. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, great. Saying your name perfectly great. KB says, come on, y'all, it's free 99. We need at least 8 more likes because I see 24 people in the chat and I don't know how many likes there are. So she can see it. Blatant Truth is in the house, says, good evening, gatekeepers. Good evening to you too. And I think you had said yesterday you might end up falling asleep while you listening. It's okay if you do, just keep us playing. Y'all, listen, we had something to celebrate yesterday because for the first time, right? For the first time, we had 1,000 views in one day on a video. It's over 1,000 views for yesterday's live. I was so excited and beyond the moon because I haven't had that happen yet. It usually would take a week or so for it to build up to the one video that I had, since I've been doing this about these shows, to get to 1,000 for that one. And we did it overnight. I cannot believe it. And that didn't happen because of just me. That happened because of you guys too, because I know you've been sharing and telling people to get over here. And I appreciate you. Oh, somebody had left me a comment and said that I sound like Cat to them. And I said, well, sometimes I'm able to channel her, you know what I'm saying? But I think I also have one of those kind of raspy voices that maybe does mimic that just a little bit. So it comes in handy. Let me go back up to the comments. Linda says there are 23 watching and 6 likes. 6 likes? Are y'all playing with me? Come on now. We got to do better than that. 11 likes and 23 in the chat. Come on, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all I pulled y'all a little tea. I be working. Let me tell you something. Now, this is the truth. This show came on at 1 o'clock here, right? I was not through working on everything that I put together for this show today until 5:45. And then I had to go out and make some runs, errands. Then I came back at 8 and then came back in here and sat down into the computer. So when I tell you that this is like all day working, and it's only because I love y'all so, it's like all day working. But I'd be looking forward to hanging out with you guys. So hitting the like button really does help. It really does help because I'm hoping that it will help to grow me to a point where I'm able to actually make some money from YouTube. Because baby, right now this ain't the move. Because when I tell you things move, 5 cents, 20 cents, 40 cents at a time, you would think for like, oh, you got 1,000 views on the video. I think it increased me by 35 cents. So I'm just saying, hit the like button for me. That's all I'm saying. Hit the like button for me. Elaine T and D Herford are in the house. If I said that already. And J Ivy is what I'm saying. J Ivy. I knew somebody by that name. JV is in the house. Says the creator said this is not your grandmother's soap. So besides the diversity makes this soap different from the other soaps. Speaking of, I'm gonna need y'all to go back and investigate something for me because I do not remember Derek being in the beginning of the show credits. When did that happen? Did I miss something? Was he always in the beginning of the show credits? Because I'm lost. I'm lost. Was Derek always in the beginning of these show credits? And Tomas is there also too. I think I remember seeing him, but I don't remember seeing no Derek. Y'all let me know because that was one thing I didn't have time to go back and investigate thoroughly. But I find out because I'm suspicious. Congratulations, metal yellow, first red. Wait, what does that mean? Congratulations, metal yellow, first red, metal yellow, first red, metal yellow. What's that mean? I don't even know what that means. KB, you better walk me through it, baby, because I think I saw something, but I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Okay. Hello, KB Mommy. D says. Miss J said, I hit the like button every time. And thank you very much. And I appreciate you. Y'all did it thanks to everybody. That's right. It was because of you all that we hit that. Okay. So I was so Blackberry, I ain't seen you in here in a minute. How you doing? They have an alternate intro depending on oh, okay. Girl, you know what? Thank you for that, because I was about to get mad. Because you know good and well Derek ain't contributing nothing to be in them credits in the beginning. So thank you for that. Because I was about to get upset. Upset. Those are medals. Okay, I ain't even so I got a medal. Is that what happened? If I did, I missed it. I had to see it in the replay. Derek is on Bill's intro cards. Mm, They only have 2 cards, like on all my children. Okay, see, I never watched it. So I mean, I watched it a little bit, but not like that. Okay, y'all. So where we at for likes, y'all? Because I pulled a little extra tea to share with you all. So I want to play it while the most of the people is here. Okay. Okay. Blackberry's been here before because she's in the thank you that we did when we hit the what did we make? 1,000 whatever it was we were celebrating. Her name is in that was in there. Sean B says that was me. Oh yeah, that was you that said sometimes you sound like Leslie to me. Okay, wait. Sean B is new down here in the comments. Child, let us give you your official welcome down here in the live comments. You know how we got to do it.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Gatekeepers, a decree from the Queen.
Enough. Be seated.
See, I took the time too today to change this graphic so that welcome is on the other side, and so that if there are comments up, it doesn't block the word welcome. So all these little things I've been taking care of. Child, I tell you. Let me see what else is going on down here. KB says, hello, everyone. I'm ready to come out of the bushes. Yeah, girl, you out the bushes. Stay out the bushes. Come on over here and gossip with us. And when you're ready, get brave and come up here and talk. Because you know I don't do all the work on Friday. Not me. Elaine T says, all right now, Sean B. All right. Elaine, I know you ready to come. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. All right. So where we at for likes? Where we at for likes, y'all? Because I want to show y'all this. I think the new Ted done sent y'all a message. He done heard about all this commotion y'all got going on. Ronnie D, I think you knew down here in these comments. I do. I think Ted done sent y'all some new info. Ronnie D is in the house tonight. We're gonna say hello to him too. Welcome. You are now officially a gatekeeper.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Gatekeepers, a decree from the Queen.
Enough. Be seated.
Right now, you guys are in the special area of things because as we continue to grow, we won't be able to do this for every single person that comes. They're gonna be locked in with a group chat, but y'all can get your individuals now where we're able to do that. But we're trying to grow over to 3,000 subscribers now. We hit 2. We're on our way to 3. In the past 2 weeks, we've increased another 100 members, and so we're very, very happy about that. Okay, all right. Listen, I'm just anxious, child. I'm so doggone eager. I'm so doggone eager to bring y'all this information that I done found on the intranet, because I really do feel that Ted wanted to send y'all a message. Ted, the new Ted is tired of y'all. He's tired. You hear me? And it's like he said, you know what? Let me let these people know. Okay. So look at this. Look right here. Look. Let me scroll down here and find it for y'all. Look. All right, y'all ready? Here we go.
Well, I can do anything that you demand. You know what I'm talking about? See, I can be king of everything. Or a tiny grain of sand.
Y'all see the way he ended that video? I think he talking to us. I think he talking to us. He wants y'all to know that he's a full grown man in these streets, baby. Now, here's what's funny, real talk. Nicole had posted that on her page, and she said, "This sounds like something Ted would be singing to Nicole." See, look, look. I think Ted wants y'all to know, honey, he's a full grown man, baby. Stop playing with him. He said, "Stop playing with me, y'all." I hear y'all talking about I can't fill out a turtleneck and all that. I had said it too, but I'm saying now this video might have changed. You know, but I still want my Ted though. But he was looking all right now. He was looking all right. I hate to be like that. Look, old Ted. Now, can you sing? Because I mean, he was singing that song. Okay. Okay. And KB says, show some love to the reaction button on the lower corner, please, and thank you. That's right. See that heart over there? Touch that heart, and then some more stuff gonna pop up. If when you hit those, it do something too. So do that for me too. It's free. It's free. I know y'all clutching on your pocketbooks hard today, but it's Friday. Y'all can feel free. This is free. This is free. You want to bless the channel? Do that. But until then, it's free. It's free. All right. All right now. All right now. I'm gonna get on to what had happened because first of all, I got to cover what went on yesterday that got preempted for those who may not have got a chance to see. Everybody ain't got Paramount Plus, okay? Because I had to go back and watch. Okay, so let's just get into it. Eva went over to Dr. Nicole's house to gather her stuff. And Dr. Nicole comes in and wants to know what in the doobity-dabbity-doo was she doing up in her house. I felt bad for Eva because she was so sad. She was so sad. And, you know, I hate to have such an early sidebar, but sidebar. I'm all for product placement, but this was a bit much. Y'all actually had this child to stop and pick up some Febreze and put it in her hand in the midst of her packing up her stuff to say what, she gonna miss the scent of the office? Now, come on now. Y'all doing too much. Unless these people are being paid for this, y'all doing too much. This is too much product placement going on. It was enough when you was putting the Tide on the bed, a whole container of Tide on the bed. But this girl is packing up sad, and was she thinking about stealing the Febreze? What is the message we trying to send here? Lord, I tell you, got me going off on a tangent about something ain't got nothing to do with them because y'all doing too much. Y'all ought to be ashamed. Got this child doing this in the midst of all her sadness. I'm trying to be sad for the tears she crying, and y'all sitting up showing this Febreze. Ooh, Lord. That was funny, though. I ain't gonna tell no tale. Well, Bill and Haley was canoodling at home, and Ted popped up in the midst of baby talk. Back at Leslie's house, though, child, Ted had done showed up at her door, and let's just say that Ted is wearing that suit, and he's wearing that suit. He's wearing that suit. Okay, so he pops up at the door, tells her that she's all he ever wanted. He made a mistake for wanting to get with Nicole in the first place. I should have let her go. And then he grabbed her and kissed her. I mean, they was busting slob. I know y'all ain't heard that in a long time. Baby, they was busting slob. They was locking lips. It was just, it was just, woo. Ooh, now Ted, this might be very reason why you had to leave the show. Don't y'all look at this too hard. Don't look at this too hard. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe do y'all think maybe I could be an actress? Do I get to do stuff like this? Because I mean, my Lord, today, Ted, you was really in character. Ooh, girl, let me calm down. But Ted, no, he ain't had no business kissing nobody like this on screen like this. Now, Ted, you know you wrong as rain at a picnic, sir. But if she ever need a stand-in, and she can't come stand in, then you know, I'm your girl. Back to Leslie Dana. Well, when Ted showed up, it ends up that she was, hold on, let me am I getting ahead of myself? Because I looked over them. I started looking at this picture. I lost my place. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So anyway, the other thing that I wanted to say is that when Ted had came in the door, did y'all hear that door squeaking? That door was squeaking. I mean, it was squeaking hard. And I thought to myself, this is what I said to myself. I said self, and myself said, huh? I said, listen, how come that door wasn't squeaking like that when Eva had opened up the door when he was in there? And when what's her name snuck in there on cat, the door wasn't squeaking in. Y'all need to Earl that door. Put some Earl on the door, child. That was too much. And you think I'm kidding? Go back and watch that scene when she opened that door for Ted and closed that door for Ted. That door was squeaking like a slick pig. Child, I just my lord. Okay, y'all we got to do better now, people. We got to do better. Well, Tomas and Kat had met up and they were talking. And she pours her heart out to him about Eva. And she hates that she was right about Eva because it ruined her family. And back at Leslie, she waking up from the dream, child, because it was all a dream that Ted had come over there. Because at first I was about to fall down. I'm like, he don't come over there to her house looking good and this, you know what? Sidebar. When a man show up at your door looking like this and smelling like we know he was smelling, girl, slam your door and run. Run! I'm telling you in danger. But anyway, she woke up from the dream and Ted said to her, because Ted had said to her, he said, you are a monster and you're twisted. Now that woke her up. She was like, what? Girl, you over there dreaming hard about Ted. Ted don't want you. He don't want you. He don't want you. He don't want you. He don't want you. Well, when Ted came over to Bill's house, he wanted Ted to explain to him, he wanted Bill to explain to him exactly why he didn't tell him that he had a daughter. While meanwhile, back at the Duprees, Anita and Vernon was still talking about the wedding, and Ted and Vernon are she thought that they were just alike, perfect husbands who doted on their wives, and who I'm betting both have a secret. Anita, I'm betting your man got a secret too, girl. I'm thinking that they really are alike because both of these men, I think, really do love their wives. But I think both of these men are imperfect. Girl, they're going to have a little secret. After 30, 40, 50 years, there's going to be a secret in there somewhere. Just hold on. You're going to get a chance after all this. You done come all down on Ted for what he did 97 years ago. Well, in my opinion, Nicole married her dad because they are a whole lot alike. Darn near perfect, but not perfect. Ted wants to know why Bill didn't tell him about that child. And Dr. Nicole, meanwhile, is asking Eva, why was she there? And Eva thought she had had appointments all day today, and Nicole said I had to cancel those. And Eva apologized to Nicole and said that she was really sorry for what had happened, and that her mother made her do what she was doing, and she said that I know you really must hate me. And Nicole says, no, I don't hate you. And then Danny walked in and said, I do. Danny, be quiet, girl. Just hush. After all of the stuff you done did in just 49 episodes, Danny. We only 49 episodes in, girl, and you done some of everything. Breaking and entering, powing up a wedding, drinking all over the place, messing with your pretend nephew. Girl, you ain't in no position to talk about nobody. I'm just saying. Well, once Nicole leaves, before she left, she apologized to Dr. Nicole. And Danny said that she just wants to protect Nicole and look out for her. And she said, but I do think that whole thing of her being Ted's daughter is true. She says, for some reason, I just don't think that that's a lie. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, Eva was the one that said that. When Eva was talking to Tomas, I'm sorry. She said, I do have to say, though, that I don't think that the DNA thing was a lie. She says, but I think that Eva wants to know her bio dad. No, not her bio daddy, girl, her daddy. I don't know what you newbies is talking all this new lingo, her bio dad. Do you call him your bio daddy? That's her daddy. Just like he your daddy. Daddy, daddy. Okay? I don't like people being smug like that. Now, girl, you need to calm down. Well, when it ended yesterday, when it was preempted, Ted and Eva were talking, and after he said that he was going to get her a place, he said he wants to hit the reset button. She said she wants to sit. No, I think he said he wants to hit the reset button and see where things go from there. I thought that that was very sweet and responsible of Ted because Ted, you know, you had messed up on that one there, sir. Now, I'm going to check a few of these comments and then we're going to get into what happened today. Rolling up. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't want to hear no new Ted saying I'm very, 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 very against him right now. Even though he's sounding good and he's looking a little better, but he ain't no Ted. He the other Ted. Keep it. You know he better get to the gym, KB, because he know he probably been over and heard us talking about. Oh Lord. KB says, ASAP, please remember to be creative with buzzwords in the chat. Also, everyone's opinion is welcome here. Just be respectful. That's right. We ain't got to agree. I handle the fighting for y'all if y'all want that. If somebody want to fight, just say you want to fight, baby. And I'm over here. I'm ready. I'm ready to handle that for you. Okay. Real Talk says the product placement is getting annoying. Yeah, they doing a little bit too much. We know Febreze. JV says, which Febreze is that one? Vanilla? I forgot. They said the scent of it in one of the episodes because she was like, it gives a really good scent. Cat thinks that things aren't that a party isn't popping until it smells like whatever that scent she said it was. Well, they paying enough money. Linda says, you know what? I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell on you. Leslie was in Fantasyland. Why does Eva still have access to her home? Well, she's in the office part, and she, like she said, she thought she was gone, and she has the access code, so she just came to collect her stuff. But we know in real life you ain't going up in nobody's house after you done did all this clowning. I can't help myself. Good thing my husband. You know what? And I'm gonna tell you. Ronnie D, I'm with you on that. I'm thinking that maybe they hadn't thought of changing the codes or revoking the access code. Baby, at the end, she said she is the day, and y'all know why if you saw it. Eva looked like she wanted to put hands on Leslie when they were up in each other's face. I don't know. On Leslie? Eva looks like, oh yeah, she ain't crazy though. Would you strike? I wouldn't hit her. I wouldn't be putting my hands on the baby. Not me. Notice Anita was doing all the Ted bashing. Vernon didn't give him too much. He knows how to right. Because Vernon know he got some secrets too with his little perfect. Because you know, if y'all notice, they talk the same way about their wives. I just think you're the most beautiful. I'm so fortunate. I just love you. And I don't think it's fake. But maybe that's what it takes for them to stay concentrated on what they got at home. But I'm just saying, baby, yeah, it's gonna be some stuff fall out of Anita for you to deal with too. And is you gonna leave after 92 years, girl? I'm just gonna wait until you get into today's episode because them Duprees was infuriating me for the first time because I like them. Well, they covering for their daughter, child. Anita got a lot of this energy for Ted, but none for Bill. Anita and Vernon fear that man. What does Bill have on Anita and Vernon? He probably got some serious files on all of them. Pelican Bay ain't got nothing on him, okay? Sean B, after today, I'm Team Bill more than ever. Y'all know I've always been on Bill's team. Bill is not that bad a guy here. He is not the villain and never will be. I don't know about that now. We got to wait and see. I'm glad Ted didn't turn away from me because I do think that Haley gonna end up to be a whole thing, baby. And I do think that homeless lady is her mama or sister, cousin, somebody. Ted just happened. Bill happened about 6 months to a year ago. And yes, he has something over them. Bill has done stuff over and over and over and over and over again. Ted can't turn Eva away. Remember, Ted and Eva are all each other has. Yeah, and I think even still, if she had just come to him and said that she was his daughter, that he would have still accepted her in because Ted is a sweet guy, really. Couldn't wait for tonight's chat. Was annoyed yesterday by folks siding with Haley and even Bill and others going on hard on Eva. But today I want the Duprees knock down a peg, especially Anita and Vernon. Yeah, they was doing a little bit too much. All right, y'all, let's get into what happened today. Okay. Let me find where we were. Okay, let me pull this apart. I messed these things up today, y'all. So if this we might be all over the place, but we're gonna get there because I want to get to y'all talking. Well, at Orphagines, the homeless lady, let me find that picture. The homeless lady named June, I think her name is, and Jacob and Naomi are talking, and they're trying to get us some help and a place to stay. And she's proud and she don't want no charity. And she says she's especially questions help when people can pull strings. She don't trust that. And that she's happy living on the streets. So evidently she's not taking some medication because who's happy on the streets? I don't know. She's like, I just had to fight out there, but I'd be happy out there. I'm happy up under the bridge. Okay. Well, Bill and Danny are busy fighting because she's mad that Bill held this secret while they were married. It's like, Danny, look, girl, it's like you'll find any reason to get all upset with Bill just to show up to start some stuff, girl. Just to show up to start some stuff, child. I'm just saying. Well, anyway, she's like, you should have told me this because we were married when this happened. And Ted was madly in love with Nicole. And girl, ugh. Well, Bill was like, listen, Ted made a mistake. He really did love Nicole. And he didn't, he said, I didn't think he didn't think that the problem was going to come back. So Bill said when the family was his family, he went above and beyond to protect them. And Danny said he ain't done nothing that didn't benefit him. Now, Danny, you know about all the dirt he done hid for y'all. Girl, come on now. But anyway. Well, he said, hold on. She told him that he'd be nothing without. See, this is another thing. Girl, I'm tired of you running down what your family helped Bill do. Okay, you helped him start, but you ain't helped him finish. Lord. Because if he wasn't that good a lawyer, y'all wouldn't have been giving him all y'all business to hide. So he must be a good lawyer on his own merits. Now you're going to have to calm down. You're doing too much, Danny. She told him you wouldn't be nothing. You still be an ambulance chasing firm hanging out down at the hospital, at the ER. Oh, girl. And what would you be without your family's money and prestige? Everybody's something because of something. Child. Anyway, when she said that, Bill said, oh, and I thought you didn't care about me anymore. Oh, she was silent. She got silent then. She ain't want to talk no more then. Because you know he wasn't lying. You know he wasn't lying. Well, Danny calls Bill a self-serving son of a biscuit eater. She said, you SOB. And Bill told her to get some new material. So she tries to run down Bill's involvement in the Ted thing. And he said, well, Dr. Perfect Ted is turned out not to be so perfect. Now you know it. Then she asked, what is the other stuff he done fixed for the family? Girl, you don't want to know that now. You see, yeah, you don't want to know that. You don't want to know. We do. But you don't want to know what all he done for the family. And we can't wait to find out. Especially what Martin did. Okay? Especially what it is, whatever it is that Martin did. Okay? Back at the Duprees, I'm trying to see if I... Oh, okay. So the homeless lady, let me go back to this. Let me go back to these pictures. Hold on, you guys. So that homeless lady doesn't want any help. She accepts a place to stay, though, but they said she said she was doing it by protest. I'll do it, but I don't want to do it. Okay, so they putting her up at the hotel. Now, is this the hotel where Ted and Eva is staying? Because if that's so, you know, in soap opera world, that means something. Why they putting her up in that hotel? Girl, who you know? Who you connected to, June? We know we waiting to see. Because we know you connected to somebody. They ain't wasting all this good acting because this lady's a good actress. They ain't wasting all this good acting for somebody just passing through. Oh no. Mm-mm. We waiting, no, we waiting to see. Back at the Duprees, Anita still going off about Ted. And why, Anita, she just so mad. Oh my God. She's Ted with all these secrets in his girl, him with all his secrets. Girl, you just mad because y'all embarrassed. See, you don't care about a secret. You only care when the secret get out. That's when you Duprees up and activate. What's worse than unaliving somebody? Because we know that's what Martin done did. Or near about did. What's worse than powing up a wedding, huh? Okay. So you can just don't be giving Ted too much now. Don't get Ted too much. Danny walks in and says, I want to read Ted too. I ain't done with him. I done Bill. Now he gonna be next. Okay, keep on. Keep on, Jim Shoe. You gonna find out. Bill gonna get tired of playing with you. Martin is talking to Smitty about Martin and help it. Hold on. Martin is talking to Smitty, and Martin is telling him how he's going to help find this homeless woman housing. And he's pulled some strings. And Smitty said, well, that's good. You got some. He says, good, you got someone to help as long as it's not. And then he pauses. And Martin asks, as long as it's not who? And what are you hiding? No, Martin, the question is, what are you hiding? Smitty got secrets, but you the one who's secret squirrel up in the place, okay? You a secret squirrel himself. So I don't know. Secretive people can't stand being out secreted. And that's what's wrong with you now, Mark. Smitty can't even have a little bit of secret, and you got a great big secret. And you over here talking about something. What did you have? Sir, you are in no position to be asking nobody what they had. Don't you ask nobody nothing till we find out what you did. Well, Vernon asked Smitty. He had asked Smitty not to tell Martin where Ted was. And ooh, when he told Martin that, Martin had a fit. I'm not a child. I'm not somebody that can't know some information. And then Kat walked in and saw them, right? So I think Martin had to get up and go. He was mad and left, whichever way it went. When Nicole told her dad that she thought that Ted was the closest that they would find to someone like him. And Nicole said Nicole is sad talking to her mom and her dad, and they assure her that she's done nothing wrong. Let me find this picture. Nicole was talking to her parents, and they just wanted to assure her that she had done nothing wrong, nothing for her to be embarrassed about or upset about. This is all on Ted. Ted. Let's not blame anyone but Ted. Oh, wait, that's Nessa. I might not have uploaded that picture, so okay. I might not have uploaded that picture. So I will just slide past it. I'll leave this up for now. So Vernon asks, hold on, I'm to the right place. Okay, so when Nicole's talking to her mom, assures her that she hasn't done anything wrong. She said, Dr. Nicole said she can't hide out. Oh, Dr. Nicole told her parents that she cannot continue to just hide out at their house, that it's time for her to get back out here and face the world on her own 2 feet. And when she leaves, Anita said, I want to kick Ted's butt. Girl, you need to stop talking about fighting. All y'all do, nah. Well, Kat sits down with Smitty when Martin leaves, and they're talking. And let me see if I can find this picture. This is Marty and Smitty. Okay, never mind. Okay, so Kat sits down with Smitty once Martin leaves, and she wants to know what's up. And Smitty said he's feeling like he should stay out of the Dupree business. And Kat just got silent, like, But why should he? Ain't this his family too? That's Kat and Tomas. Ain't this his family too? I'm gonna leave that up for now. Ain't this his family too, man? Well, once they get through talking, Well, anyway, I forgot this. What she did tell Smitty was that she felt like when they first met him that he was too good for Martin. Really? Did y'all tell him that before he married him? Hmm? Or did y'all just want Martin off y'all hands? Huh? Okay. Hmm. Well, she said, and if it ever came down to it, we would pick you over Martin. Really? I know she, half kidding, but really? Okay. Okay. Well, Kat leaves as Tomas was coming in the door. And Tomas is like, where you going? And she said, well, I got to leave right quick and I'll be right back. So when he leaves out, Eva came in. Ooh, girl. One thing this show can do is manufacture you a good cliffhanger. Can they not? Ooh, yes, they can. Yes, they can. So Smitty gets a text and he left. And Tomas went over and sat down. He started talking to Eva. Because y'all know he likes him some Eva. Okay, so he goes over there and wants to talk to her. And she's surprised that he wants to sit with her. She says, you want to sit with the most hated girl in town? I'm shocked. He doesn't, he said, you don't peg me as the malicious type. And she said, I'm really hurt to hear you say that. Out of anybody else that would have said that, Tomas, I'm really hurt that you would have said that. And Tomas begs Eva to stay and talk. He was like, please don't go. Let's talk. Ooh, child. Okay. Mm. Eva is pouring her heart out to Tomas. She cares for this family, but things got out of hand and she wished she could have stopped her mother and she started crying and child Tomas grabbed her hand and did. Tomas grabbed her hand. And do y'all see who's standing in the background? With this face right here? Standing in the background. With this face right here. I said standing in the background. With this face right here. Ooh, Cat was mad. She turned around and left. After you had told him not to be talking to Eva. And he said, okay, girl, please. He likes him some little Eva, girl. And do. Bill wanted to know from Danny. Bill wants to know if Danny done or no. And he said it should be obvious that he stopped caring about her when he left her. Ooh, Bill had his good, I'm about to show you some shoes on today. Bill was tired. Okay, Bill had had enough. Okay. Bill wanted her to know he was fed up to her. Okay. And then told her to not let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord split you on your way out the door. Now, you know what, Bill, all that wasn't necessary, but go ahead. I'm going to give you that because, she had it coming. She done walked all up in your crib like somebody done invited over there. So, yeah, give it to her. I'm sorry. You had this coming. All right. So, when she left out, oh, I forgot. Danny said, I can't believe I ever loved such a soulless man. She just always got to say something real down and dirty. I don't know who the bigger narc is, her or Bill. Sometimes I be confused. But baby, they can say some ugly words to each other. I don't want that kind of love in my life. Never. Never. So when Haley comes back around the corner, she's standing there gloating. But listen, little girl, I don't want you to hear us well. How people treat other people is only a matter of time before they treat you the same way. Now, I'm just telling you now. Bill probably love when he love and hate when he hate. And when whatever you up to come to the top, because we know you up to something. We gonna see. She want to know if they argued like that when they were married. And he says, she asked him, are you really gonna stop messing with them Duprees? That's what she want to know. Are you gonna leave these folks alone or not? Aside from helping your daughters, can you just cut loose? He says, maybe. Maybe. Girl, yes, maybe. Because one thing he gonna do is Dupree. Okay? I'm sorry, ma'am, but he is. What and why, I don't know, but he's connected to them Duprees, baby doll. Naomi told Danny to stay out of it. And that, Naomi told Danny to stay out of it. She's on the phone with her. And she said, let me be the one to handle dad. She says, because I know how to handle him. And her mom was like, yeah, you're right about that. But you know Danny ain't about to stay out of there. You know she ain't. You know she ain't. Well, here come DNA now. They was come down to the orphans to hang out with Naomi and Jacob, because you know we got to get him 15 seconds on the screen to boring it up. I don't even know what they said. I don't even know what they was talking about. Blah 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 blah. You know, it's how I feel when I see him. Won't 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 won't. That's all I could. Yeah. Okay. So Jacob had to leave, and then because June had left the hotel, the homeless lady had left the hotel after he done went down there and tucked in. She's like, I don't like it in here. I want to go back to the streets. Okay, so Derek left the table, and Ashley was like, I want to know what happened with the family drama. So she was filling her in on that. Jacob found June and hauls her back to Orphans, and she said that she was free to go wherever she wanted to go. And they sit her down with DNA, and they all sitting there talking. So she said she left because she likes living under the bridge, and she thinks she going back. Baby, if it was me, you would just have to go back, because I ain't gonna keep on coming back down here dragging you back down here. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't doing it. I'm telling you now. Andre, meanwhile, goes to visit Ted. Let me see, where's Andre and Ted? He goes to visit Ted just to talk to him. Okay, picture, where you at now? Because I know I have that. Andre goes to visit Ted. Okay, here we are. Andre goes to visit Ted at the hotel, and he says he's feeling blackballed by the community, and asks Andre if he can put in a good word for him. You know, like let the people, say a little something for me. And he said that he would. And Ted said that he regretted all of this stuff happening. And I believe Ted. Sometimes people do dumb things. You just have to make them, suffer a little bit so they don't repeat it no time soon. Because I can guarantee you, baby, when he get back in good, Ted wouldn't look at another woman if God asked him to. He would not. He gonna be a good husband when he get back to the house, honey. A good. He's gonna be a good man, Savannah. I'll tell you that. He's already a good man. He's gonna be a better man, Savannah. Well, Andre believes that they will get things back on track, and he wishes Ted the best and leaves. And then there's a knock on the door, and child, it's Martin. Mister, I can know where my daddy at. Why I can't know where my daddy at? What make y'all think I'm gonna do something? Okay, well, it's Martin. And showed up down at the daddy's hotel room and stuff. I don't know. I have a picture of them somewhere. I'm trying to see where it is. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. So, he shows up at the hotel and goes off on him in another over enunciated speech to his father or her, and wants him to know that I was so disappointed at all of the things that you had did to my mother. And I'm just like, child, you gonna have to stop over enunciating when you want to give somebody a nasty read, sir. He said, I was named after Martin Luther King, but you were the one that I idolized. Okay. He says, but to hear you lie, and then to treat my mother the way you did, and to treat me like one of your victims. You said what you want to do, treat me like one of your victims. Child, what his daddy need to do is push him in his chest and push him down in the chair. Now, I know your daddy was wrong, but you need to hush these over enunciated speeches. This is not Othello, sir. Just saying. Lord. And then here comes Smitty over the Bill's house. Smitty, what is you doing over the Bill's house? Huh? You was boring, but it looked like they about to dial up your storyline just a little bit. Better run with it though, sir. Don't mess it up. Because hanging over the bill will get you a little more interest, because you boring over there at the Martin house. All that over enunciating. Yeah, okay. So Nicole is not mad at Andre, who had stopped by her house. Let me find their picture of Nicole. Nicole and Andre, he stopped by to talk to her, and she feels like she feels like Ted put a secret on Andre's conscience, and that he got him over there pleading his case. And he said, "No, that's not the case. I know how much he loves you." Then here comes Vanessa rushing into her friend's side because she ain't seen her since all this stuff had jumped off, and they are best friends. And but let me tell y'all something. Somebody like Vanessa, I don't know how much advice I'm gonna be taking from her. Y'all know how Vanessa be out here doing. I ain't gonna listen to her tell me throw away my good man, Savannah. Okay, I'm gonna listen, girl, but I ain't taking too much advice from you because you don't know nothing about no man keeping, girl. You could be my friend, but I ain't taking all your advice, girl. Okay, so Bill wants to congratulate Smitty. He said what he wanted to do was to congratulate Smitty on his accomplishments, huh? And he wants something as a favor. Smitty, like, what you want? Bill said to remind you that we're all on the same team, and Martin will understand that. And Martin explained that to you. I guess Bill said it's telling time. I'm telling him, I'm putting cases on everybody. Because now he got to go home and ask him, what Bill talking about? Oh, child, the plot thick. I guess Martin will be over to Bill's house enunciating soon. Bill, what have you told Smitty that has him asking me all of these things? Well, Ted is talking to Martin, and he wants to remind Martin that his family comes first. They're his first and foremost concern. He loves them all, and he wants his family back. And on the way out, he tells Martin that he loves him. Well, at least Martin didn't look overcome with anger. Okay? He's being a brat about it, but at least he wasn't looking like that. Now I know Ted took him to the diner and got him them brownies over there with Dana back in the day, but your daddy do love you, Martin. Now he was wrong when he did it, but he do love you. Sidebar. Y'all, today is the 9th, which means we only have 4 episodes left of Ted. I ain't ready. This Ted, the new Ted, I guess is going to be on Friday next week. Oh, Lord, we're going to have to give a party for Ted next Friday, y'all. So y'all get ready. We got to give a goodbye to our Ted party, something. We got to do something. We got to put something together. Because I can't just let it go like that. I can't. Well, Vanessa is sad for Nicole. And she says, you all were such a happy couple. And I'm just so sorry that this happened. And then once they got through talking, Dr. Nicole asked her to leave so that she could get some rest. And she said, and on your way out, leave the door open. Let me tell you something. When she said to leave that door open, I was like, oh, here comes somebody. I know somebody on the way. Somebody on the way. Yeah. I know it. Okay. Well, first, Danny meanwhile, shows up over to Ted's house. Okay? Like she got some business over there.
I need to talk to you, brother-in-law.
That's how she sounds to me.
I need to talk to you, brother-in-law.
Okay, so she goes over there and she need to talk to him. Dr. Nicole, meanwhile, is at home resting and convalescing in peace and serenity at her home. And the doorbell rings and she says, come in, because she's expecting some food. And babe, in walks bold as day Dana, Leslie, Sherry, Anna Berry, Lulu, right up into this woman's house. Lord! And she wearing that motorcycle outfit. If it ain't, it look a lot like it. She got on all that black and walks in and she says to Nicole, Nicole said, get the super boop boop out my house. She said, get out. And she said, how did you get in the first place? She said, Eva had your codes. And she said, well, I know to change those, but you need to get up out my house. And she said, I will, but not until I tell you something that you need to know. There's something that you need to know. Oh, girl, something. Ooh, Lord. But y'all, as if that wasn't enough, right? Next week's previews look like it's just going to be too much. It's too much. Ted is hanging out with Eva. Look how happy she looks. He reaches down and holds her hand the way a daddy holds. Me and my daddy held hands like that when I got married, going down the aisle. Ooh, I love my daddy. He was a good man. And that happens. And then, hold on one second. And then, my phone ringing. Hold on. And then, Eva and Anna, as she knows, Anna, Leslie, Dana, Sherry, Mary, Lou is talking to her and has the audacity to imply to her that it was Eva who ran that girl off the road. I was like, girl, say it ain't so. Ain't nowhere in the world this is Eva's mama. Just ain't no way. She was going off on Eva in the previews about, yeah, you done went over there and chose these people over me. Ooh, child, what it must be to have somebody this cray-cray turn on you and this your own mama. I just wasn't able to take it. I wasn't able to take it. I'm telling y'all, I wasn't. I was worried. I'm very worried. I'm very worried. Very worried. I tell y'all, I'm just scared. Child. Whew, Lord. So listen. I'm going to check a couple of these comments, but while I'm doing that, let me find the link. Okay, and put it down here in these comments. Hold on. Every week I have to say, let me see if I remember how to do this. Okay. Okay, there is the link for those that want to come up. And let's see. All right. So for those of you who want to come up, there is the link down there. And let's see. The lines are now officially open. The lines are now open, and you know you want to gossip, so
share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Hey,
come on up here. You know you want to gossip.
That's why you my best friend.
That is why y'all my best friends. Oh, Linda says it makes me wonder too if Eva's her daughter. Too easy for Delulu to throw her under the bus. Yeah, what mama do some stuff like that? Come on now. Oh, I also wanted to remind you guys that look for the link to the Instagram page for So What You Think, which is the name of this channel, and join over there because I'm going to be working on trying to get us some interviews with some of the cast members. And if we do that, then we want to make sure that we got a strong showing over there as well. So please join the Instagram page over there as well. I did list the link to that in the regular comments, not the live, but over there in the regular comments for those of you who want to go over there and join the Instagram page. The page is called So What You Thinking over there. So please go over there and join that page as well. When joining the panel, please make sure to mute any background noise, no music playing, and please be respectful with no buzzwords because I don't want to have to take nobody down off the stage. Nah, 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 nah. Kiran says Leslie is cold-blooded. She is cold. That's right. Blooded. Well, I think, yeah. She's cold, funky, cold Medina. Leslie framing Eva for Laura's accident is nasty work. That's that, but Anne is. Anne is. I see you ladies already backstage. Just hang out. Just hold on for a minute. The fact that Danny told her to leave the room and she did says it all. Child, you ain't telling me to go nowhere but my crib. Matter of fact, I'd have sat down right there in betwixt, not between, in betwixt y'all. Okay? And dared you to sit down. Come up in here talking crazy. Child, what is wrong with you? Okay, Elaine says Danny had every right to defend her sister. She sure did. But I mean, not to this girl. Listen, I done told y'all now. Eva has been a victim in this situation, and we're going to treat her as such. She's been victimized by her mama. Who don't do what your mama say? Who don't do that? Ronnie says, Elaine T, I know, but Vanessa will still feel betrayed. Smitty will leave once Martin has his secrets come out, and he will take the children away from him, protecting. Ooh. If he fight for the kids against the Duprees, that would really be something. JV says Vanessa might go after Ted next. What? You know what? You know, some people, child, you never know. Wait until Vanessa finds out that Nicole knows that Doug has a gambling problem. Oh, I hadn't thought about that, Ronnie. Well, he was talking to her in session, so she can't say nothing about that. But it still would be strange, because even if she say something to her about it, she got to pretend like she don't know. You can't do that. You can't say nothing about that. Them HIPAA laws is real. It's really real. Whoop, we got a super sticker for my girl Elaine. And you know what that means.
Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money keeps coming to me.
It's coming. Money keeps coming. Money keeps coming. I'll be over here singing it too. Adding in my 2 cents. Money is coming. I like that song. Baby, they charge me every time I play that song. I don't care. They're going to charge us because it's fun. I like it. I like that song. It's cute. Okay. KB did list the channel for the IG channel. So please go over there and follow that. Please, please, please. And Elaine, thank you so much for that super sticker. I appreciate you real big over here, sis. I wonder if Eva will get arrested and Ted will probably have Bill defend her in court. Ooh. Arrest her for what though? She ain't really did nothing. They need to come get her mama. That ain't who they need to be worried about. They need to be worried about her mama. Haley says she's not trying to take another punch. I don't blame her. I don't blame her because that one smack was enough. Welcome to Crestmont. What is it? Welcome to Fairmont Crest. Yeah. Child, it was a slapping heard across the country club. Oh, it's the kind of thing that we're going to always talk about. Girl, remember that day? Was you down here today? That Danny slapped Haley face, girl, across the room. Did you see it? All right, y'all. I'm going to start bringing y'all to the stage. Hey, Linda, welcome to the stage. Real Talk, welcome to the stage. E-Daddy, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
How y'all doing this evening?
Great.
Okay, good.
This week was very interesting. As I said in the chat, the Duprees honeymoon phase is officially over. It really is over because now the Duprees are falling apart. Danny is just going buck wild over her enemies. I mean, you just don't mess with Danny. Danny's still one of the entertaining characters, but I mean, the Duprees are just taking it too far. Now Anita wants a piece of Ted, and Martin wants a piece of Ted. Like I said, their honeymoon phase is over. They got to stick it in the mud now. And by the way, I don't think Leslie's entertaining anymore. And that's sad.
Oh, you don't think Leslie's entertaining anymore?
No, because she's going after her daughter. That's not fun to watch.
Oh yeah, now that part, yeah, I don't like that either. She's spiraling. They're gonna have to figure out a way to reel it back in and make her likable again. You got to be a little bit cheering for the villain, just a little bit.
I wonder if Eva is really her daughter because it was too easy for her to throw her under the bus.
I agree. Now that I think of it, I don't think Eva is actually Leslie's daughter. Because why would you do that to your own daughter?
Yeah, I don't think that's her daughter either.
I saw something in next week's spoilers saying that Eva does some investigation into her birthday. So that's probably.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's next week's spoilers.
Oh, where's that at? Where do you find that at?
On Twitter.
On Twitter, okay.
Yeah, that's part of. I think that's Thursday's episode. Yeah, I think so.
Ooh.
Yeah, something about her birthday probably seems off. Because remember they said Eva and Kat were 2 weeks apart. So maybe they are going the route of them being twins.
As Sean says, or she could be a narcissistic mother, and you know that narcissism in mothers are very competitive. They like for things to appear perfect. You do not go against them. It's a whole lot of rules in that narcissistic mothers with daughters. It's deep. Didi said
could Leslie possibly be jealous of Eva?
Could who?
Could Leslie possibly be jealous of Eva?
Oh, she's a narcissistic mother for sure.
But is she jealous?
That's one of the traits. Yeah, they're very competitive and jealous.
Could she be jealous? Because, well, I think she's going to be even more jealous now of the fact that Eva has Ted's support.
It looks like
they're doing the whole father-daughter thing. So
yeah, it looks
Eva is kind of on the inside now, and Leslie's still on the out. So Leslie will feel a sense of jealousy there.
It looks like in those clips that they showed that when Ted held her hand, I think Leslie must have saw it because she's kind of addressing that to her, like, oh, now they're over here treating you like that, and now you want to leave me and abandon me for them. Jabez says there's a new actor, a white guy that knows all about Martin's past, making a debut this month. Well, I hope he hurry up and tell what it is because we want to know.
Yes, that's Kenny. Yeah, his name is going to be Kenny. So this Kenny guy is connected to Martin and Vernon. So he might definitely know what Martin did. Well, we don't know exactly what his role is, like if he's like an investigator or a journalist or something, but he definitely knows something.
Well, I hope he run up in here and tell it.
Well, they also said in the spoilers that Martin's secret is becoming more and more clear. So I think around Tuesday or Wednesday, we might get some kind of clarity where that is concerned.
Now, I was looking up whether or not if the show has been renewed. It says it appears that Beyond the Gates has been renewed for another year, although specific details about its renewal are not readily available in the search results. The show premiered and has been performing well in the ratings. The show is the first soap opera to debut on the network in 25 years and is also one of the few Black soaps. So while there is no confirmation of a specific renewal, beyond the current season, the positive reception and strong ratings suggest a strong possibility. But yeah, they should know by now if they're getting renewed or not. This is just ridiculous.
Well, all the other shows got 3 and 5 year renewals, I believe. So I don't know what the hold up with
What I
Beyond the
keep
Gates.
saying, CBS is in the midst of a merger. And that merger has to be approved by the president, folks. And they're holding up that until CBS does what they want them to do. This is why all these other shows got chopped. So Behind the Gates could get chopped. But if they do, I hope that somebody picks it up and let it stay the same level of goodness that it is now. It's on
I
Tyler
hope the
Perry
show doesn't
Studios,
get
so
scrapped.
I
hope they don't get scrapped and probably have to go to another network, because in the past I have seen good shows move and go to other networks and it's not the same. Shows like The Game, Hit the Floor, Single Ladies, all of those were great shows when they were on their original networks. But once they moved to other networks, everything went downhill. They lost viewers, certain actors didn't come back. Yeah, it changed the whole dynamic of the show. I mean, look at The Game. The Game was a great show up until about season 3.
Yeah, then they went to BET.
Then they went to BET and like the whole mood of the show shifted.
Yeah, they
Like
started filming it like
the
in a
show wasn't
hotel.
filmed in LA anymore. It was filmed in Atlanta, so it had a different feel.
Yeah, it was like they were in a hotel filming the whole show.
Yeah, like it didn't make any sense anymore. And then Tia left, Pooch Hall left, and yeah, they brought on a bunch of new people. So they lost a lot of viewers that way.
I was on mute. Ronnie D says, "Don't forget that Smitty is an investigative and journalist. He'll start snooping. He is. He real knows." Ooh, Jabez says next Thursday is the new Ted debut. No, shouldn't it? I thought he had to the 15th. When is the 15th?
This week is the 15th.
Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday, yep.
That's what I'm saying. Don't he? So he should be on Thursday, right? Or he starts on the 15th. I thought Ted ended on the 15th. He starts on the 15th.
I already saw spoiler pics of him with Kat.
Because you just don't want to let go, girl.
I don't. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't want to. It's right. It's filmed in Atlanta. Yeah, it's filmed on Tyler Perry Studios. I know when something is filmed at Tyler Perry Studios, because there's one thing we have to give Tyler is that his studio is top notch. We got to give him that now. So, Linda, what was your thoughts on this week's shows?
I enjoyed it immensely. However, my interest is highly piqued because of the sneak peeks into next week. Who was rolling around?
Oh, yes.
I want to know.
Nope, you want me to set you up?
Yeah, go ahead.
What was that?
Oh, I think he was talking to his mom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so one of the things that I know this week's debate is going to be this: who is Dr. Nicole talking to here when she said, what's going on with you and Andre? Because they purposely aren't showing you who it is. Now that looks like that could be Danny's hair. So I guess she done found out about that.
From Nicole's reaction, it sounds like she's not going to be too happy about Danny and Andre. I don't think she's going to be very supportive. Yeah, she's going to have a problem.
Ooh, Sean said if they do start, she said that they could give Tyler Perry some pointers on his writing while they're there. He don't want no pointers. He don't like nobody to tell him how to write. I love Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry always has a lot of holes in his stories. Things that if somebody else was helping him write, they could, fill in and say, well, that doesn't make sense for the character to do that right now. Or, why is that happening? Because sometimes they're just holes and gapes in his stories. Because he wants to do it all. He writes, produces, you need to get some more people in there.
Jabez Leslie brought up a good point. Jabez says Leslie celebrated Eva's birthday the same day as Kat, even though her birthday was 2 weeks later.
Ooh, you know what? I had not thought about that. You get a crumpet. You
I
get a
think
crumpet with your teeth for that. That's a good. That's not that. You know what? That is a thought. She was like, "Well, why shouldn't we do it now?" Oh, wouldn't that be something? Although when I was listening to Daphne in that interview Thursday, right? She said, "I don't know why people keep saying that they think that Eva and Kat are twins." She's like, "It's like in today's day and age with sonograms and stuff, you would know." And I'm like, "No, there are still people that have had twins and did not know that they had another baby in there until that baby came." Because babies can hide behind each other sometimes. So I don't know about that.
And in some rare cases with twins, one might come several hours or even a day later, you know?
Yeah, but then again, she might have switched those babies just out of spite to come
That's
back
what
later to hurt them and say, "The child that you've been loving on is not yours, and now I'm gonna take yours."
that's what I'm thinking. And if
Mm,
that's the case,
mm,
I
mm.
know Kat is not gonna be having it.
KB said everybody's secret is coming out except for Martin. Make it make sense. Yeah, I wish they would get to it, and it better have been worth waiting on when we get to it too. The only person wearing Tyler Perry wigs is Leslie. Y'all know what? Hey, Lil, you're now
All
on the
right, those you
stage.
can come on in.
Okay, so Elaine says, right. Mr. Invincible says, I'm done with Kat if she lays a role. Wait, if she lays a hand on. Wait a minute. I'm done with Kat if she plays a role in Eva getting charged with Laura's accident. Child, ain't that the truth, though? Ain't that the truth? We know this is your first time down here in the comment section, Mr. Invincible. So we got to give you your welcome. I'm sorry, but it's just how we do it. You are now a gatekeeper.
Hey ye, hey ye.
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough. Be seated.
Yeah, this
And
will
I have
probably
to.
be. I'm sorry. This will probably be the last week that we'll be able to do individual welcomes. You're gonna have to wait and get locked in with everybody probably after that. So but welcome, Mr. Invincible, to the chat.
Yeah.
What were you saying, E Daddy?
I have to agree with Mr. Invincible. I mean, Kat was one of my least desirable characters, not because she had good instincts, and she could see through it, but because of how she treated Eva. But now that Leslie has just blown the Duprees up, the Duprees are becoming their ugly selves, and Kat has just escalated.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Kat reminds me of a character from the Bone of Evil that my mom and I despise.
Who is
Her
that?
name is Steffi Forster, and she acted just like Steffi Forster this week.
Uh-oh. Elaine says this is a soaps. Anything can happen. People are unalived and come back. Yeah, I heard that. And then KB says, did you activate that like button? Yeah, that's true. We want to make sure we hit the like button on the way in. Please, please hit the like button. Please.
But what I mean, in case you don't watch The Bold and Beautiful, right now Steffi is married to Finn, but Finn is very restricted. He can't see his mother. He can't see his own. He can't even see his own birth daughter. Mm-hmm. Things are complicated because it's just 40 years of mess. Mm-hmm. But the point of the matter is, Steffi won't let him see his mother, and Steffi won't let Finn see his own daughter just because they commit crimes against Steffi. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Kat is doing the same thing to Thomas, just putting restrictions on him. But at least he has autonomy, unlike Finn. Finn is just, oh, I love you, Steffi. I devote to you, Steffi. I'll always love you, Steffi. I'm tired of that. Mm-hmm. Mm. What I don't like about Bone and Beautiful is the repetitiveness. Finn just says that all the time as an excuse not to see his birth mom or his birth daughter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yet Steffi can see anybody she wants to, including the ones that wronged her. So Steffi has no restrictions, it's just her husband.
Ronnie says maybe Martin's incident involves Samantha and Tyrell's parents. You never know, and that's why he raising them.
I also think Kat is being controlling. Like, why would you go to Thomas and demand that he has nothing to do with Eva? Eva never did anything to Thomas, so I don't really understand why she's telling him to stay away from her. And Kat is also a fool for thinking Thomas would actually listen to her.
Just like Sheila and Luna didn't do anything to Finn, but the problem is Sheila and Luna did something to Steffi, and that's why Steffi is putting the restriction on Finn. It's all because of what Steffi wants.
KB, are you able to put comments up on the screen while we're live? You know, to highlight somebody's comment on the screen. I just want to know why we're live. If you want to find that out. Okay. Kat is asking someone who she is seeing. Wait, Kat is asking someone who she is seeing to do something. She will walk away after that. Kat is asking someone who she is seeing to do something. She will walk away after today. Yeah, Kat mad, but I don't think she's going nowhere. Kat competitive.
Yeah, Kat has a very snooty attitude, and like I really don't like it. Like, for instance, when she came to Bill's office to see Thomas, and she came at Bill and Haley, like they didn't even do anything or say anything to her. When she showed them the video with Danny singing, like they didn't say anything bad about the video, so I don't understand where all the hostility really came from. And on top of that too, that's their place of business. Like, you really coming up in there and disrespecting the bosses like that? Like, really? Like, they could throw you out. And like, on top of that too, she put Thomas in a really uncomfortable situation where she asked him, what do you think, Thomas? Like, on the spot right there, like, that's his boss and his boss's wife. Like, you can't do that. Like, Bill could have you banned from the building if he wanted.
Sometimes rich people don't think about consequences because they ain't got to worry about them.
Especially Kat. Especially Kat. I mean, Kat thinks because of her status, she can do whatever she wants and go wherever she wants. It's kind of like Steffi mentality. It's kind of like Steffi, actually, ironically. And I think Kat is acting just like Steffi. And the last thing we need on this show is another Steffi. And the thing is, Kat will never be like Steffi. Steffi's been, I mean, Steffi has developed her character for years and years and years and years and years. Kat is nowhere close to being Steffi, so don't try to be Steffi. Be Kat.
Okay.
I think all the Duprees are like that, honestly. Like, they think they are untouchable, they are invincible, nothing can ever happen to them. And I think part of the reason for that is Vernon and Anita always covering up everything. So the Duprees are free to do what they want, and they know Anita and Vernon will cover it up. And they can go on living their lives normally. And that's not fair. And as you can see, it's starting to catch up to them. It's definitely starting to catch up.
Yes.
So they aren't as invincible as they think they are. Like I said, everybody is going to see them for the frauds that they are. And I've always said this from the start. The community is going to turn their back on them once they find out everything that they've done.
But
like, I know a lot of people say, oh, that's not going to happen, and the Duprees are going to always be the dominant family. You would be surprised. Because the court of public opinion is what matters.
Right. Now, Lil, what did you think about this week's episodes?
Well, first of all, I all of this business with Leslie and all that, I'm just out with her. But one thing I'd like to bring up, I don't think anyone else has ever said this. I do not, under any circumstances, embrace nor agree with adultery. So that was wrong. Yes. But has anybody taken into consideration that yes, Nicole was depressed, but when people are depressed and they are suffering, their thoughts goes into themselves. They're in their own misery. I'm hurting. I'm in a lot of pain. I just need so much. A man is still a man. Now, don't get me wrong. What he did was not okay. But a man is like a child. You just can't neglect him. And Bill might have very well be feeling like, he didn't exist anymore. It would have been ideal if they could have grieved the loss of all of those babies together. But since they didn't, he still needed to feel like he was a man. He's there. He's worth something to you. And maybe at one point it could have been when he started to wander away, is that he no longer felt like he was important. He no longer felt like he was a valuable part of the relationship. And then when he got to tasting over at Leslie's house, it got out of control. Still wrong, but we have to look at that, because when people are depressed, all of their energy and power goes into them. Everything is about how they are feeling, what they are feeling. They're not able to reach out and put themselves in someone else's place.
Okay, so we have a few men that are in the chat. So what do you all say about that? Do you think that men handle depression, feeling, isolated, if you will, during somebody going through things? Do you think that men handle that differently? They don't process things the same as women? Because we know that they don't, but I'm just asking for your take on it. Do you really think that maybe that's what could have been going on with Ted?
I agree with what was said, because, we don't know exactly what happened with Ted and Nicole when they were having the miscarriages.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know what happened, and there hasn't really been any flashbacks to give us any kind of real information as to what happened. So we don't know if Nicole probably pushed Ted away emotionally because she was dealing with the miscarriages. So like she probably wasn't talking to him and was in her own world, and like they said, Ted was probably feeling neglected.
Right. They're
Hence
not
the
like
reason
us that
why.
go to their friend's house and say, hey, man, I need to talk. We lost some babies and this, that, and the other thing.
Right.
This is the same reason why I say when men lose a mate, like especially if one dies or even they're going through divorce, right? They may go to somebody else because they don't want to feel the pain. So you have to leave men alone when they're going through depression, because he ain't there because he wants you like that.
That's right.
You just a crutch at best until he gets the feeling better. Then he be looking at you like, why was I talking to you?
I think it was also the same thing with Bill and Danny. Like Bill and Danny was very controlling when it came to Bill. And we could see it in their interaction. She was very controlling. I mean, look at the way she speaks to him. She's constantly telling him, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me, or I made you. And like Danny doesn't understand like how abusive and controlling that really is. And she wonders why Bill was always cheating. Like they're no longer married and she's still emasculating him. She's still talking down to him a lot.
I am seeing that more and more now, that she does emasculate him a lot.
Yes, this man is no longer your husband, and you are still emasculating him. You're still talking down to him. You're still making him feel small.
Yeah, it ain't so many times you can tell somebody, especially a man, that you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing, and you ain't nobody. You ain't nothing.
You're nothing without me. I gave you your life. Like I introduced you to this kind of life. I mean, look at what she told him. If it wasn't for my family, your law firm would be defending cases about chasing ambulances. Like, who talks like that? Who even speaks like that? Like, it kind of reminds me of Stevie J and Jocelyn on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. When Stevie used to tell Jocelyn things like, I'll send you back to the strip club and I gave you another life. It's the same thing, but only in reverse.
I think another thing about Nicole that we might not have looked at, when her body is rejecting all of those products of conception, she's feeling angry. She's hurting because she's feeling like, what is wrong with me? She's turning a lot of anger in on herself. And because Nicole, in my opinion, is a very loving, balanced, mentally healthy woman. But at that time, she was not, because she had all those questions. Why her body is rejecting? What is happening to me? I'm angry. I'm hurting. I can't do this for my man. I can't do this for us. We want to see ourselves in someone else. And maybe with Bill, he might, I mean, with her husband, he might not have very well been saying to her what he really, really needed from her. Maybe he thought he had just let her rest a lot. Remember when he took the baby to the diner and they would have lunch with the cookie lady? Well, how did all of this get started, and how did it get into a full blown affair? That's not making any excuses for Ted. You are responsible for your own actions, and adultery is never okay. But what I am saying, I don't hear many people have any. They don't look at the fact that men being like they are, and a lot of men have the mentality and I don't mean this in a demeaning way, but they're like children. They have to be praised. They have to be appreciated. They have to feel needed. They have to know they have their own space. So a lot of this could have been going on.
Yeah, because you're just as complicit if you're driving somebody to something. Because sometimes you can drive. I'm not saying this is what happened with Nicole, but there are situations where you can drive somebody in the direction of where they're going. They may not even want to go, but you pushing them over there in that direction. You ain't nothing. You ain't nobody. Nobody wants you. Nobody can. They go for man or woman. If you do somebody like that, and then somebody comes along and they're kind to them.
Yep.
And I also think that's what happened with Bill and Haley. That's what really attracted him to her. Her kind of kind nature. That's what attracted him to her. And I think part of the reason is Haley listens to Bill. She allows him to speak his mind.
Well, she's smart enough that she done sat and studied the situation long enough to say this is what he
Well, we
needed.
don't know. She probably saw how Danny used to treat him.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Did.
She probably got a bird's eye view. She probably look at him like.
But dig this, like Kiran just said, Haley is going to do Bill like he did Danny.
And not only that, I don't give Haley any props, even though I must say physically she's very beautiful. But if you have sat as a play daughter in someone's house, obviously you get to have a feel for who they are. You're on the inside. So while you're on the inside, you can do more dirt than anyone else can. And then you take that dirt and turn it on them. I don't give her any props. I just, though you were that girl's play sister. She brought you home. You had neither parent. You were homeless. And then you come up into the home and you got the nerve to judge the Duprees. It takes a lot of nerve.
And does.
Yeah, so like that's the thing. Like for instance, when Haley told Bill she wasn't pregnant, she gave him the room. She gave him the room to say how he felt, and she encouraged him.
Ronnie D says Leslie was probably.
And he told her how he felt.
Yeah, Ronnie D says Leslie was probably initially just someone that Ted confided in. Probably so. Probably so. But listen, I'll tell you something. Don't talk the mind too much. See, because I know where that starts. See, all affairs start in the mind. Don't talk the mind too much. Okay, stay from over here. I'm a bad biting dog. You don't want to be over here. Don't be over here. I don't need no help from the peanut gallery. I got this. You know.
Oh, I loved Bill's performance today.
Oh yeah.
Timon's performance was great today. I loved it. It was awesome, and like it was very insightful to a lot of things. Like you could tell Bill has been wanting to say that for a very long time. Like there was a lot of pent up aggression. There's a lot of resentment, a lot of bitterness. Like he's really angry. He is.
Now,
and there were certain parts where he said, you know, what did he say? Danny asked Bill if he has no conscience, and he looked at her like, "Are you kidding me?"
After all
like,
I did for
where was he? Was like, where was Danny's conscience when she brought her gun and shut up her wedding? Where was her conscience?
At home.
Nowhere. It was nowhere.
in her
Where was
other
her
Birkin
content?
bag. It was at home in her
And
other Birkin purse.
like Bill told her, what did Bill told her in the end before she left? He told her, I thought wasn't it obvious that, oh, how did he say it? Wasn't it obvious that I wanted out when I left you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When he was leaving, he didn't just leave Danny, he left the Dupree family on a whole. He was tired
Yep.
of being controlled by them.
Now
But you got
he's
to
still
realize
connected to
that
them Duprees.
he's in debt to the Dupree family to a certain extent, because why has he been the hitman and covering up all their sin? And remember what he told Martin when Martin got really smart with him about how he treated and Danny. He snatched him up and looked him in his face and said, "Don't you forget." So
Mm-hmm.
evidently, whatever Martin's story is, he knows that too.
Mm-hmm. Now, Sean B says, I hate to say it, but some men just don't know how to communicate or choose not to. I think also, just to you know, um, run parallel with that, I think that a lot of times men are not allowed to speak their minds either. They grow up and they're, told to be quiet, don't cry. What you crying for? What you complaining for? What you do?
That's
So I
right.
don't know if they ever get a chance to really learn how to communicate effectively in some environments that they're brought up in.
That's
Everybody ain't allowed to speak their mind.
that's
Jennifer,
right.
I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
They're constantly groomed and told that they should keep what they feel inside. They should never
Mm-hmm.
let it reach the surface. And in this instance, Ted was probably hurting just as much as Nicole. We can't say that it was the same hurt because, Nicole carried the child, but because he loved her and that child was created out of love, he was torn up inside too.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Mm-hmm.
just didn't know how to tell someone. And because she was dealing with her own feelings, he probably felt he couldn't talk to her about what he was feeling because, maybe it would make him seem selfish.
And that's what I was saying earlier. I truly, truly believe Nicole is a wonderful woman, a mentally healthy woman all around. But when she was sick and in all that depression, that is different. When you're in mental illness, is a big difference from when you're clear and sound. And she is the kind of a woman that if she was able, she would reach out and ask the other person, tell me where you stand, how are you feeling, how do you see this? But when you've lost so much and you feel like so much is coming against you, you're not able to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
Bill probably wasn't able to go to her, maybe out of guilt, and to say, I feel abandoned, I don't feel like I'm in this with you. What can
Mm-hmm.
we do to walk through this together? Let me
Mm-hmm.
hold your hand. Let me grieve with you. Instead of that, he takes Martin and they go on their Saturday trips, which I do believe it probably did end up just talking to Leslie. And then
Mm-hmm.
Leslie got to be too much more. And then Leslie, as Bill said, she fell in love with a married man. Worst thing is to have a side piece fall in love with the man. Now you got a three-way thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, Dee Dee says, if you cheat on me in my own home with my daughter's friend, I'm not going to be speaking to you respectfully. I can see why not.
Mm-hmm.
But now here's an interesting point down here. I just saw this pop up. Let me go down here and grab this one. Elaine says, I'm just shocked at these excuses for this cheating man. I don't think it's excuses. What we're trying to say is that in some instances, people can be like your actions can affect another person. You can be so caught up in your own thing that you can push somebody outside by themselves in a vulnerable space. Not saying that it's your fault. Not saying that it's your fault, but we have to still stay aware of what we're doing, how we're doing, and how it's affecting the next person. So let's look at it this way, Elaine. Let's say that you got a man that never compliments you, right? Never tells you you're beautiful, never tells you you look nice, never, says that your food is good, never tells you any of that. And then you go to work every day and the security guy says, you look nice today, Elaine. And you go, oh, thank you. Now, in your mind, you're not thinking about cheating on nobody, but
Mm.
you will start to look forward to those comments every day because you are starved for comments at home.
Mm-hmm. And
And that's how stuff can open up.
believe it or not, what you just described has happened to many, many people. Sending your spouse off to work emotionally hungry. Somebody that will fix them a big round plate and give it to them.
I remember a long time ago, I had a friend who was dating somebody, and they had a big fight before he went to go to the Tom Joyner cruise. Now, you know, ain't nothing on the Tom Joyner cruise but women, 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 women. Okay. And I mean, it was just a big, you know, and I have to, you know, I would like to say that she was in the right, but she wasn't. But she just caused a big stank, had this huge fight, and was like, "Well, I'm breaking up with you." Blah blah blah. He went and got on the boat. I was like, "Why would you put a man on a boat in that frame of mind?
Mm-hmm.
Trapped on a boat with women for the next 5-7 days? Say what now? We can fight when you get back, okay? Not before the Tom Joyner cruise. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, no. But not making excuses, Elaine. But Elaine says, hold on, I want to say, she said, I don't think you're excusing, but two things can be true at the same time. True. Very true. Very true. She
And
said TJ Cruz is a cheating, but now that's what I was saying. I was like, why would you put that man on a boat arguing and acting crazy? What? And he looked like that? Ted should never be excused. He was gullible. Wait, Ted should never be excused. He was gullible, so became a butterfly in Leslie's evil web. She thought she could trap him with Eva. Yeah, see, that's why you had to watch out. I was out at a function one time, right? Didn't know none of these people at the table. Somebody had invited me there, and so I only knew one person at the table, and we didn't know anybody else there because somebody had invited her. So she was like, "Girl, come go with me to this thing." So we went to this thing, right? This girl got to talking about how she met her husband. She said that her husband was married when she met him, and she wanted him. So she said, "I trapped him." I was like looking at her like, "What?" She was talking to other folks, but you know, I'm okay. I'm here, so I'm leaning in for the tea, right? So she said that she had him come over to her house to fix something, put something in his drink to make him go to sleep so that he spent the night at her house. When his wife called, she answered the phone, and he never knew none of that took place. Ended up breaking with his wife, and she got him. You can't see, and I'm thinking to myself, are you sitting here telling this to people? So yeah, you got to be careful on these streets. People want them somebody real bad.
That's right. And when we are dealing with, especially with something like one person is depressed, maybe the other person is feeling helpless because he can't help her. Emotional intelligence is very, very important because as we disagree or as we're kind of pulling ourselves apart, we have to, each partner needs to be able to be protective and caring to the other partner. That's very hard to do, like in Nicole's situation, because she probably was so hurting, feeling self-rejection and feeling so many things. And when you're like that, you might not feel like you have anything to give, but it behooves us to always take time to give something to that man that you're sending out there, because the streets are waiting, and it's a lot of women just waiting to reel him in.
And Elaine, no, we're not saying that there's no sympathy for Nicole. I have all the sympathy for this character of Nicole, because
Yes.
Nicole has wronged no one.
No.
Okay? Nicole has wronged no one. She did not deserve for Ted to do what he did. Ted shouldn't have hid what he did. Ted shouldn't have done none of the things that he did, as well-intentioned as he may have been. As well-intentioned as he may have been, he shouldn't have done any of it. Not any of it.
In my opinion, out of all of the Duprees, Nicole's the cleanest one.
Right. So far, she is the cleanest one out of all of them, for sure. Jabez says Ted should never be excused. He was gullible to. Oh, I read that already. Okay, so.
Yeah, and didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you in reality shows all the time? I keep saying this in reality shows all the time. When someone says they're the glue or they're the main source, whatever, when they go, the alliance falls apart. And look what's happening. The Duprees are falling apart. They want to get in grudges with Ted. I mean, Martin's already attacked Ted. Now Danny's attacking Ted. They approach it differently than a Nicole would.
Mm-hmm.
When Nicole's there, Nicole tells everybody to calm down. They calm down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel my heart goes very much out to this Nicole character because out of everybody on the whole thing, she was the least of them all to have deserved this because she's been 100% devoted to Ted that we know of.
Exactly.
Okay. And as she said, this all happened during a time when she was, like, I just wanted to give him another child. That's what he wanted to have. So yes, this stupid thing that he did, this very dumb, stupid thing that he did is going to end up costing them a lot. Because I think in the end of it all, like we said, Nicole is going to be further hurt by the fact that she's probably not even been raising her own child. This, like, see, when you go out here messing with these people, and this is another point we're trying to make. When you go ahead messing with folks, you don't really be thinking about how far this stuff could go because people do some desperate, crazy things.
That's right.
They'll do some crazy things. Just
and
like
this is a soap opera, so baby switches exist in soap operas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the answer is not always to throw the baby out with the bathwaters. I've heard my grandparents, use that statement. Sometimes leaving your situation ain't the thing to do.
That's right.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you may need some space. Sometimes you may need to go off. Sometimes you just may need whatever. And sometimes you just can't be forgiven. But then don't be mad if they go off and make another life with somebody else.
That's right. And I think if you look at the foundation of what it seems to have been the foundation of Nicole and Ted, the foundation was steady and strong. I do believe if they got counseling together, they could build back again. They could repair and continue to build on that foundation. I do believe that if Ava is not Nicole's child, Nicole would receive and love her. I think Nicole is capable. She's that kind of a woman. She'd be capable, but it's going to take time. It would take understanding. It would take building trust. And forgiveness is easier than building trust. Building trust takes a while. And if they have that kind of patience, I believe that marriage can be saved.
Yeah, because listen, him cheating may be the easiest thing for her to get over. But if it turns out that his cheating has cost her own child, really to have raised her own child for real, this may be a bridge too far.
Yes.
I agree.
If this crazy lady never goes away, this could be a bridge too far. So sometimes you may not have meant it, but stuff will happen.
And don't think because you changed Nicole, you've gotten rid of Leslie. Leslie's one of the most resourceful characters in the entire show. She'll find a way to get through the gates.
She'll find a way in a wig. She will.
But she has gone too far now. If she's willing to imprison who she says she gave birth to this girl, and you're willing to lie on her and let her go to prison for 20 or 30 years because you're mad with her, that's very sick. I know a lot of people found her funny, and at one time I did too. But after that thing with the potassium, as dangerous as potassium is, I was through with being funny with her. She wasn't funny with me anymore. But now she's gone way. She's way out of the boundary. When you
something's wrong with her. But they got to find a way to redeem her. It's going to be interesting to figure out how they're going to redeem this character. They got to redeem her somehow. Yeah, they got to redeem her somehow. But how they going to do it, I don't know.
But I just wonder how you're going to redeem someone who's willing to put that. She said she gave birth to this girl, and you willing to let her go to prison for 20 or 30 years, and you did the crime.
Well, it is a soap. Some of this stuff, maybe they'll come back and say this. All of this was daydreamed, and she was thinking about what all could. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Ronnie says, I bet that being married to an upright community leader, Anita Jordan Duprees' spoiled daughters, was suffocating at times. It probably was. Elaine says, taking my child around the mistress is a bridge too far. It is a bridge too far, but it was a 20-year ago bridge. Year ago bridge.
And I will say this. I watch enough stuff to know that when you talk about security or changing locks or changing codes, it doesn't do anything because these criminals and these villains are smarter than you most of the time. They will find a way through the system. With the exception of Victor's guards. Victor's guards is a special case. But but normal security or key codes, villains can get through it.
Now Dee Dee says, I think Ted's good-looking friend is gonna come knocking on Nicole's door. Yeah, I think he's gonna show up again. She says she's a narcissist, and I'm not saying that it's hard to treat a narcissist. Wait, she's a narcissist, and I'm not just saying that it's hard to treat a narcissist, especially if they don't seek therapy. Oh yeah. Elaine says she thinks that Ted has been dirtied too much. Yeah, it's been deep. I'll tell you that it's been deep. The story is deep, but what I like about it though is that it does give you space to talk about and look at some other things. Helps you to think about how you think about it, how you see things. What would you do in that situation? It's kind of like the channel is called So What You Think, So what do you think you would do in that situation? How do you think you would handle that? Because me cheating on me when I was 25 ain't the same as cheating on me now that I'm this age, right? I'm just telling you the truth. Now I'm just like, I don't know. I think I'd have a different think about it. I don't know. Now it's a different think. It's a different thing. 25, okay, bye. But children, we done built a life. I don't know. I got to think about it. I have to look at it from a different way now.
That's right.
I don't know.
That's right.
This is what getting older will tell you, child. Sit down somewhere and think, child. I just. Ronnie says, Nicole was a good daughter who stayed home and went to college while Danny was off living her glamorous life. There's probably some resentment. She might be thinking, shoot, I might as well have did some stuff too. Look where they got me.
Well, you see what she said with her friend, that her friend, all that time, her friend was out playing around, and maybe she should have done what her friend did, but her friend told her if she had had a man who loved her the way Ted loved her, she wouldn't have done that. But I don't know. I don't trust that lady. Something is wrong with that woman, because she even had her name on the call men's list. Now, you're already going with the trainer, going to the closet with him. Now you got your name on the men who escorts. Oh, this is too much.
My sister that passed away was a little like Danny in the sense that she was the wild child, and that she did what she wanted to do, how she wanted to do it. She expressed herself the way she wanted. There was no holding her. She was going to do what she wanted. I was a lot like Dr. Nicole, just the homebody, the quiet one, But one thing like I said, she passed away about 3.5 years ago, about 3.5, 4 years ago. But when I look at my sister's life, I think to myself, what I admire about her is that she lived as she wanted to. And there's a lot to be said for that. She did what she wanted to do. There's a lot to be said for that. When you're living like real meter, it's different than somebody that's, they can say, hey, I lived my life. Did you? So she lived hers.
I really feel, I might be wrong, that Nicole might really like the life that she lived and lives, not just to please her parents, because my life is more like Nicole's. I like to analyze things, figure out this and figure out that, but not just jumping into things impulsively. So I don't think that Nicole's life has been just one to please other people. I think she was happy helping people. She was very loving. Look at what she did to Ava. Most people, when something happens in their marriage, they want to put it on the other woman. She would not even allow Ted to talk about Leslie. We want to talk about you. You were the one that was married to me. And then she even went on to say to him, and your daughter. So see, even in all of her pain, she's even able to have empathy for Eva, and what a rough shot that Eva got. So that shows you right there, she's a compassionate, kind, and giving woman.
And in fact, if it had not been for Danny barging in, I think Nicole could have given Eva a stamp of approval or anything. But once Nicole came in, it was game over. It was game over.
Sean B says, exactly. My mom would always tell me, girl, you just keep on living. You know, I've heard that one too, keep on living. Lil, did you grow up in the South?
Yes, I did. Can you do
Okay.
I have an accent?
Yeah, I do. I think I have a Southern twang too, even though I didn't grow up in the South, but my parents are from the South, from Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
And so what I was going to say is that I grew up one of those kids that learned how to sit on the porch in the rocking chairs and listen
Yeah.
to grown people talk
Yes.
and just listen to conversation and sit there and go back and forth like, okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
so because of that, I think that gave me this demeanor where I'm not in a hurry about nothing because I say that to men sometimes. I know how to sit on the porch and rock in the chair and be still. I ain't in a
Mm-hmm.
hurry about nothing. I ain't in no hurry. You know, I done growed up sitting on the porch with people in the South now, so we ain't in no hurry. No, sir. You ain't about to rush and push me.
That's right.
But this goes to show you that people do damage control differently. When Danny was the one that was already in trouble, Nicole was the one doing damage control, and she did an excellent job because she's a doctor, she's a psychiatrist. She knew how to calm. She knew how to calm Danny down. But now when Nicole's in trouble, Danny's trying to help Nicole, but she's doing it her way.
Mm-hmm. Ronnie
And
says,
I have to
I'm
give
sorry, go
Danny
ahead.
I have to give Danny credit, though she's impulsive and scattered.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying now to be to her sister what her sister was to her when she was hurting. So she's
Mm-hmm.
doing it all wrong, maybe, but I give her credit. She is trying to fight for her sister because she says her sister has always been there for her.
Mm-hmm. This is something my sister said
It's
to me
just her
once. I'm
timing is
sorry.
bad. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
went to Nicole's house when Nicole was going to give even a stamp of approval. Now she gets no stamp of approval.
That's okay. They'll work it out later on.
Mm-hmm. I think about I'm looking at Ronnie's comment. He says, I disagree. I think Nicole is very much a people pleaser. I think that you're right about that. But I was thinking about something my sister said to me once, which was my sister had got on my nerve one day. We was out shopping. She had got on my nerve. And so when we were standing in line, she walked up to me and she said, you know what? I know you mad. You are so mad, but you trying to keep it on a low bubble. She said, baby, you better stop holding stuff in. She said, because that's gonna harm you one day. Because I know you mad. And she was right. I was so mad, but I was trying to act like it wasn't bothering me.
Yeah.
But she was like, I know. She was all in my ear talking close. She was like, I know you mad, baby. I know you is mad. And so when I think about that, my blood pressure went up this year. I always think about her saying that to me. You better learn how to speak your mind, baby, and stop holding stuff in.
That's true. And
So yes,
I
I
agree.
agree with you, Ronnie, that she probably is a people pleaser because that's part of what it becomes when you're the one that's always kind of
Keeping the
doing what's
peace.
expected. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
agree there too. I used to very much so be a people pleaser, just try to keep the peace. But now I care less about it. I'm able to stand, and if I have to stand alone, it's okay now. But I agree with you. We do like to do that. We don't like for things to be out of control.
Mm-mm. No, but yeah, the older I get too, I'm with the. Let me tell you something. Okay, so now I'm just gonna let you get this work because
That's
I can't hold it in. I can't do it. Let me see. She would be telling me that because when I was younger, I would be judging people's actions. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's something true that you would hear. Just keep on living, baby, and then we'll see what you'll do.
that's right.
Because you know when you're younger, you quick to say what you need to do, what you ought to do. I don't see how you could do it. Then you get older, you like, oh, okay, I can see how you could do that.
And you
Okay.
know, forgiving a man who obviously is loving you, no excuse. He cheated 20 years ago, but a man that you know is yours, maybe working on that foundation and repairing it and rebuilding it is worse than trying to start all over again. Because you know, in this man, you've got a man who adores you, who loves you, who you are his life. So you
Mm-hmm.
might be better off to try to keep that and get that back to where it was or better.
Mm-hmm. Now I divorced my husband, right? Because the girl that I was back then couldn't deal with what he was. But if we was going through the same thing right now, I would probably just ignore him.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Just
So
let him be a
as you
fool.
get older, you can deal with things a little different.
Yep,
Didi said, Bilo says, Nicole is an empath. She genuinely cares for people to her own limit. I'm very similar. Yes, me too.
Yeah, I do too.
When
I do
cats,
too.
yeah, that being an empath is something else. You take on other people's stuff and just,
Yes.
woo. Sometimes I don't even like people to tell me what's going on because I start to feel that energy myself.
Yes.
Yeah. Kiran says, when Kat seen Tomas and Eva together, she had that look on her face like she was going to do something bad to Eva. Yeah, she may as well. I mean, Tomas like him some Eva. He genuinely likes Eva. Because Kat is too uppity. But just
She's
like
way
these
too
other men,
privileged.
wait,
I
but
mean,
just like these
she's
other
starting
men,
to remind me of Stuffy, and that's not good.
but
I
just
know
like
a
these
lot of
other
people in the
men,
Bold and Beautiful like Stuffy Forster, but I don't.
look, listen though, but just like the other men that married into this family, Tomas gonna mess around and get married for the same reasons, for the power and for the intrigue.
Yeah.
And
But
then try to make Eva his side chick. I hope she don't do it.
But what men don't really, I mean, what men don't really realize is that Father made you to be a leader. When you sell your soul to be with the Father's daughter, you will never be the man of your family. Your father-in-law will always be in charge of your home. And I think any man with privilege and loving and intelligence, you want to be your own person. You don't want to have to be one of many of the clan. Of course, you should love your in-laws, embrace them, and all of that. But a man should be able to rule his own home.
Very much so. Very much. You can't have two Indian chiefs up under one roof.
No.
Even if they don't live there, you can't be like, my daddy said, my daddy said, my
That's
daddy.
right.
Oh no, Is the man of the house, or is he not?
And if your husband says it's time to wait for something, we cannot afford this. Well, I'll just go and get it from daddy. That's a slap in his face. You
Oh
never
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you're supposed to go sneak the money, child. Don't tell him.
Well, I'm not gonna agree with that.
No, I'm saying you sneak and get the money from your daddy. You don't go
Yeah.
announcing it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get it from my daddy. No, you can't do that now. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
He wants the privilege of Cat and the passion of Eva. Yeah, you're right. He want them both. I really dislike being an empath sometimes because it depletes and exhausts me. You know what, Sean B? And that's the reason why you have to pull away from people and
Mm-hmm.
unplug.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, this is what when them people read, I have never had high blood pressure in my life. When them people read me them numbers, I said, come what now? What did that was? I said, oh no, that's it. So yeah, you do have to know how to just say, hey, I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me go to bed. You know what? Let me just. There's nothing wrong with that.
It isn't. And there are people who will use you just to be their garbage bin. They're
Yeah.
not planning to get any solutions. They're not looking for a solution. They don't want you to help them find another way or go to counseling. They want to just talk and chew the cud about something that you can't change and they can't change, and just making you sick. And they're going home and
And
cooking
they
dinner
ain't
for their
thinking about
husband.
you.
That's right.
Look,
Go
they
home.
call you and go, let me tell you what happened. This happened, that happened, this happened. And then he said, then after that, then he said, and then said, then you go, and let me tell you about my day. Ooh, girl, I got to go.
Yep.
So you got to learn how to, it's okay. It's really okay, Sean, if you pull away and say, can't do it. It's okay. People don't appreciate empaths like that, no way. Linda says they are spiritual vampires out here. They will suck the life out of you. All day, all night. Because listen, Linda know I tell her all the time, I'm so sorry because she just caught me in a sad bout. Like, not to make this, but I'm just saying I went through a lot of things in succession, but here's the kicker. I really hadn't had no bad life up and like stuff hadn't been happening to me. So, but when it happened, it all happened like dominoes, boom, 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 like that. So I'm like, wait, what? Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. What? I'm just like, hold on. So yeah. Sean says it's hard when it's for children and family. Children and family can get it too. You have to say, Mm-mm. They can get it too. You have to tell them too. Can't do it right now. Sorry. Does anyone else think that Martin may put hands on Smitty? No.
No.
Ronnie D, he could. Kiran says he thinks he could. Sean B started laughing. Girl, I ain't kidding. You have to tell people. I can't. No. You have to take you a day, or take you a couple hours, whatever you need. Leave me alone. Get you a sign and put it on your door. Don't leave me alone. Linda says Sean B, family and children can be the worst sometimes. Yeah, you got to tell people no.
That's right.
To the no. But when you work in education, you still got to tell them no. You just got to say, listen, this is my new saying. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Not my business. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Nope. Nope. You have to stay out of stuff. If other people can stay out of it, why you can't stay out of it?
That's true.
Because that's why they blood pressure low. Because they stay out of stuff when it get too deep, girl.
And many of these people will not fight their own battles. They don't set goals. They don't look at what they need to do to reach the goals, and then they don't give themselves time enough to decide if this doesn't work in such and such a time, maybe it's time for me to just get out of here. They'll just come to you and whine over and over and over and over, and you're swallowing all of that toxicity while they go on and cook that man a good dinner and enjoy themselves.
For sure. So now look, and as they say down south, when it comes to a man, I ain't fattening no frog. What they say, I ain't fattening no. Wait a minute. I'm not fattening no something for frogs. I'm not fattening no snakes for frogs. What they say down south. I'm not fattening no snakes for frogs. So now, baby, I'm not gonna build up no man like Ted for you to come here and just get him. Now, Bill, you can have.
Bill, that's your baby.
But Ted,
you love Bill, yeah.
Bill cute, but I ain't be fighting. I wouldn't win meal for Bill. But I ain't fattening no frogs for snakes. Baby, I ain't doing that.
Lord,
I ain't gonna do it. Okay. Ted, you absolutely positive, but cannot have.
No, you can't. No.
Okay, but y'all can get Bill all day.
No, Bill is your baby. Remember, don't mess with my Bill.
Just to look at. Just to look at. I don't want him at my house. Sean says, huh?
I think one day Haley is going to come to see what she did wasn't so smug, because it really bothers me as women. You can do this to a woman who acted as your surrogate mother, and then now stand up in her face and complain it's time for for us to pull away from the Duprees, and we need our own lives. Well, what were you doing when you were there sucking up all of the food, the energy, the love, and they almost play sister? I just don't understand this.
Yeah, Elaine, Bill can come by too. We'll go on some dates, but I don't want him in my house. Bill is a problem, honey. Bill got a roving eye. See, Ted know he fine to sit down somewhere. Ted, I really feel like Ted got preyed on. Didi says, you will be singing Will You Marry Bill? I want to marry you, Bill. I got the wedding day blues. No, I won't. Not like that. I just want to look at it. Oh, but now I'm telling y'all, but now Ted, I fight about Ted. I'm talking about the quality of men that they are. Ted was slow, child. He was slow that morning. He was over there listening to that woman. And you know, Ted, I think that it's very unfortunate that she doesn't have time to talk to you. I know she don't. And she looked like that too.
Oh yes, can you imagine 20 years ago?
Ooh,
now look at Leslie now, and now she's put probably on more hips. She probably had less hips then. now even with her thick hips, she can make the music stop when she walks through the room. And then a beautiful face on top of that and a swaggered walk. Oh my God, that's a Jezebel in the flesh.
Mm-hmm. Elaine says, I like to look at Ted, Bill, Andre, and Jacob. Now y'all can have the other ones. Just give me Bill and Ted. You can have the rest of them.
Yeah.
Oh wait, now and that fine sheriff dad. I take him over there on my team. And who else I said was cute to me? It's one more. I can't remember. I'll call Jacob Fine Daddy. Somebody else Daddy Fine too. I just can't think of who it is. Elaine said with their shirts off. You know what? Girl. That's so. But if we can get that sheriff from Why Did I Get Married, I'll let everybody go. Y'all can have everybody. Y'all can have Ted. Y'all can have Bill. Y'all can have my. Oh, she said Carlton. Who is Carlton? I don't think somebody's name.
That must have been the new man who came to the.
Oh yeah, Carlton was at the party. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it was somebody else that came through, and I was like, "Ooh, he fine." That's all right. I'll see him again. I remember when I see him. I remember when I see him. Clifton Davis was cute back in his day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a handsome man back then. He was doing That's My Mom and all of that. Well, y'all, I think we done talked about the gates down, honey. We have wore the gates out tonight and then had a little life discussion on it too. I'm here for it. I am. And while y'all up here, she says, what about Doug? Oh, Ronnie says, what about Doug? Doug, now you know Doug is cute. Doug is cute.
In a frail kind of way.
Thank you. Yeah. Something about Doug don't quite come to the circle for me, but Doug, he alright, you know.
Yeah.
He
you
ain't
like
no
those
Bill.
tall, masculine men.
Ooh,
like
child,
Bill, almost 7 feet tall.
And then have a real deep voice.
Yes.
Y'all.
And Ted is just smooth, chocolate, and beautiful.
Yes. I'll take that all day. Woo. So that's yes, we do because I'm tall. I'm 5'8", so and I wear heels all the time. So I would appreciate somebody with a little height on, but I don't know. If I saw Bill, I might think I would fall out. Look, if we land an interview with him, I'm gonna tell y'all now. Don't be talking reckless down in the comments. Don't be telling the man I think you're cute or nothing. Because he don't need to know that. He got a one. I don't want to get the grinning in the interview. I ain't really said that. What I said was, what I don't even hold on. I don't want to go through all that. Listen, y'all, while we still got him here, let us say thank you to the mods for the wonderful job.
Thank you, Mod Squad.
Let us say thank you to the mods. That's for y'all. While y'all up here, y'all can say thank you to the mods. To the moderators on the page, y'all.
I want to thank everyone for their participation and for their comment and the likes. And don't forget, tell a friend, telegram, okay?
Tell a friend, telegram. Ronnie D, Doug's friend? No. Something about his eyes and face just bothered me. This was an awesome conversation and engagement, gatekeepers. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. That's right. Love you, gatekeepers. Keep those likes and comments coming. Yeah, I was so excited that we actually had 1,000 views in one day. I hope we can do that again. We will do it again. I'm claiming it. So let it be. Okay. Thanks, mods, Linda B. Low, Mommy. Wait. Thanks, mods, Linda B. Low and Mommy, KB Mommy, etc. Destiny H. Oh, all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It's late, y'all. Oh, it's 11:04. It's a good thing it's Friday night because y'all would have to go to work otherwise. I'm trying to find this comment to take it down. Okay, Sean B says she had fun. Doris C, you done tipped down here in these comments and said something. Child, thank you so much for making a comment. And you are now officially a gatekeeper.
Hey, hey.
Gatekeepers, a decree from the Queen.
Enough. Be seated.
We had a late comer come in, Mr. Lee. We welcome you to the chat. Yeah, you missed the live chat. We done talked about yesterday's show, today's show, and then we got to talking about life. So you're going to have to replay the video. And when you do, please hit the like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. But we appreciate you being here, Mr. Lee. But yeah, we've been over here for over 2 hours, child, chatting and talking and chatting and whatnot. Is it 8:45? Because we started at 8:45 on Fridays, and I think I may try to move it back to 8:30. We'll see. Okay, thank you so much for having hit the like button. Ronnie D says, when's the next club meeting? Well, usually that'll be on Monday, unless something good comes up over the weekend, and I gotta run up in here and tell y'all something. But if I do, I usually will put a video up, a thing saying ahead of time what time we'll be on. So just make sure you got your notification bell on so that you'll know when we have the next club meeting. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, Real Talk and Lil, E-Daddy, and Linda for coming up and talking. Did Elaine come up tonight? Elaine didn't come up tonight, did she? No, Elaine didn't come up tonight. Yeah, I don't think she did. But she's been in the chat. But I'm just saying, I want to make sure that I don't miss that she was down in what you call. Okay, well, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. And again, we will be here on Monday. Let us hope that they don't preempt us with nothing.
I know that this week's preemption was very annoying. I forgot to tell you. It was very, very annoying. It wasn't like the one last week. Last week it was perfection. This week it really impacted the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't appreciate none of that.
Next week, I hope we get back on schedule. I'll know tomorrow. I'll know by tomorrow.
It was bad enough that we lost those other, 3 days? Tuesday, Wednesday. Was it just 2 days? Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, 2 days, right?
Yep, we lost 2 days last week and 2 days this week. But what I like about Beyond the Gates is that they are working with what they have. They missed almost a whole week of sweeps, and it's still better than Young and Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But it's a great show. So y'all tell more people about it and tell them to get on over here and subscribe and all of that. And we're going to go to work on next week trying to see if we can land us some interviews. We'll see what happens. I mean, we're going to run it up the poll, see what happens. And don't forget to join the Instagram page, you guys. The link is in the regular comments, not the I think KB had posted it, the link to the Instagram page, but it is in the regular comments, like when this goes off and just the regular comments that's not in the live. I did post it there earlier, and it's also on the page. So go there and join that page, because if we do get a chance to do that, I'm sure it might have to go through Instagram to do that live. And, so we'll see. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. And remember, I hope you are hope you've had a great day. And if not, there's still some time left. And it is. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? I'll talk to y'all later. All right now. Bye.
How did you get beyond the gates? Be gone.
Tell absolutely no one that I'm the one that let you in behind the gates. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.